I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, and I'm teaching the class tonight. We're going to have a lovely class focused on the core and some core strengthening things, as well as some good twists in there. But let's begin in the reclined Shavasana position, and we'll start with a little meditation that we call easy. Easy. So just thinking of that word easy as you recline back down. And spread your arms and legs a little away from the center of the body. Feel the weight of the body coming down to the earth, and take a nice full breath in. On the exhale, letting that body soften a bit. Now we'll take a 3-part inhale and then a long exhale. So inhale a little bit into the low belly, the ribs, and then filling up. And a long, slow exhale through the lips by pursing the lips like you're blowing through a straw. So a 3-part inhale. Exhale through the lips. Repeating that pattern with the next breath. Using the word easy, we'll start with E for ease. Inhale 3 parts. Exhale, ease. And just get a sense of ease in the body. Can you accept this moment just as it is and allow a certain degree of ease in the body? With the next breath, we'll take the A. Acceptance. 3-part inhale. Exhale, acceptance. Accepting this moment just as it is. Again, a 3-part inhale. On the exhale, surrender. The S of easy. Surrendering the body, the weight of the body, and whatever is happening in this moment, just surrendering to it. And then on the last breath here, 3-part inhale, and on the exhale, yield. Yielding the body to the earth. Couple more of those breaths. Finishing the one that you're on and taking one more. Returning to the natural breath. And as you bring your attention over your heart, see if you can be receptive, allowing everything to be just as it is, sounds coming to you, the experience of this moment happening to you, nothing for you to do. Remaining receptive and throughout the practice. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Receptive as an intention. Receptive and bringing kindness. Draw some circles on the back. When you're ready, coming into a seated posture. Feel the length in your spine. And gently drop the chin towards the chest and roll out the back of the neck. Shoulders forward, up towards the ears. down the back, a few shoulder rolls. And take the left hand into the notch of the right elbow and gently draw that left elbow forward. As the shoulder comes back, you lean away. Little neck stretch there. And then switching sides, bring the right hand into the notch of the left elbow and draw that right elbow forward and the shoulder back, and then gently lean away from that shoulder. And then release. Bring the arms out to the side. Scoop up big. Bring the thumbs back like you're drawing a giant heart. And then bring your hands to Namaste. Exhale. Inhale, scoop it up as big as you can. And exhale home. Inhale, scoop it up, thumbs back. Exhale home. One more big breath in. Exhale home. Stretch out the arms into your T and then roll those thumbs back. And as you do, feel the shoulder blades coming together and down. Welcome those blades right onto your back, stretching open the front of the chest and lifting the heart a bit. Dropping that right hand to the mat and gently sweeping over in a big arch. And then take it back over to the other side. Sweep it over. Feel the arch in the body coming through center. And exhale, sweep it over. Back and forth, tick-tock. Each side. Feel the stretch and breathe with it. Exhale as you deepen into the stretch. Inhale through the center. Once more, each side. And again. Fantastic. Now come on over onto your hands and knees and let's warm up the spine. Start with a little cat-cow. We do this almost every week. Feel the spine activated and undulating. Pausing in table and push your right heel back. Feel that length in the spine. Left thumb to the sky. Strengthen the back here. Inhale, a little lift. Exhale, gently creep off center. Inhale long. Exhale away. Keep your gaze over the top of the mat. Inhale long. Exhale away. Bring the left hand down, the ball of the right foot down. Take a calf stretch. And now I want you to kick that right heel up. We're going to go for about 5 kicks. Keep the leg long, lifting that heel. Activate the glute. Couple more. And bring that knee home. Come to the other side. Left heel back. Right thumb to the sky. Little lift. Exhale. Creep off center. Inhale long. Creep off center. Bring it long. Exhale away. Right hand comes to the mat. The ball of the left foot comes to the mat for your calf stretch. Push into your hands. Push into that heel. Then lift that heel up for 5 kicks. Keep the leg long. The knee straight. And one more. Bring the knee home. Okay, knees directly underneath the hips and take a little cat-cow. And now we're going to thread the needle. Lift the right arm up and sweep it under the left armpit. Reach it out in front of you. The ear comes towards the mat with the shoulder. Inhale, plant the right hand down. Lift the left hand up and thread the needle. Bring it back to the mat. Exhale, push the hips back towards child's pose. Knees are straight forward. Sweep the arms like a rainbow to grab the heels. Tuck the toes. Pull on the heels. Unfold the body And squeeze the glutes to lift the heart, lift and open the front of the hips. Push off the heels, coming to a tall hero pose. Squeeze the glutes to open the front of the hips. Bring the arms to cactus. Let the heart lift. Untuck the toes. Let yourself come down to a seat. Walk the hands forward. We'll take that warm up one more time. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, thread the needle. Plant the right hand. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, thread the needle. Coming back, plant the hands, push the hips back, crawl the fingers forward. Child's pose. Sweep the hands in a rainbow. Grab the heels, tuck the toes, unfold. Camel. Tall hero pose. Squeeze those glutes, lift up, untuck the toes, cactus arm, and come on down. Nice. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Press the palms into the mat, nice and flat, spread fingers. We'll tuck our toes, bring our heels together. As you push into the hands, push the heels back. This gives you a good stretch of the soles of the feet. Then release, untuck the toes. And now we'll take a more unusual stretch. Bring your hands alongside the knees and lift the knees. Keep trying to draw the heels together and lift the knees. Stretch on the front of the calf and switch between those two. Sole stretch. And then the front of the shin stretch. Go ahead and walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, and come on up to our down dog. Drop your heels, stretch out the back of one at a time of the legs. In down dog, your fingers are always spread nice and wide. And then when you're ready, inch your hands back, coming into your forward fold. Slide your hands up your shin, lengthen out the spine, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sweep the hands behind you, rising up, tall mountain, and release. Okay, we're in standing. Now I wanted to have our balance pose tonight be Warrior 3. And Warrior 3 is quite a challenge for me. And so I imagine it might be a challenge for some of you as well. But I'm going to share with you how I come into this pose. So finding a position where you're feeling pretty sturdy on your feet, nice and spread, and having something that I can rest my hands on at any point where I might need it, okay? First, I'm going to come into airplane. So I'm choosing the leg. I'm going to start with my left leg, put some weight into that. I'm going to bring my arms back and my other foot back. So I'm feeling that energy, a lot of pushing down on that left heel and a lifting up out of the hip and slowly folding the weight of the torso forward. Little softness in the knee. Lift that back heel and I flex my ankle, bring the arms forward slowly, possibly to cactus. And then leaning them forward. Any point I want to, I touch the chair to get a little lift. Activate the back body to lift the heel and the hands. And then exhale and release back to your mountain posture. Okay, one side down. And we'll get one chance to practice this in flow as well, but now let's do it on the other side. So weight into the right foot. And you may notice you have, for me, I always have a little more sturdiness, it seems, in the left side than the right. So let's see how the right side goes. Weight in it, bring those, holding a focus point is helpful as well. Lean our limbs back as I slowly fold forward. Activate the back body as you bring the hands forward. There, I needed the chair. It's so good to have it there. Breathing. And releasing back to mountain. Okay, there's always more practice, isn't there? Every practice is a practice, not a perfect, or a performance. It's just something for us to continue to enjoy. So Enjoy your practice, however it turns out each time, and see what you learn. Finding our mountain, and we'll start some flow now. And I wanted to mention tonight we're going to need 2 blocks for one part of the practice. So if you have 2 blocks, please make sure you bring those with you. All right, mountain posture. Find your breath. Feel the weight in the heels. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the right, bring that knee down. We'll take a low lunge. Drop the hips forward. Exhale, bring those toes back. We want a good stretch on the back of the leg. Then we'll walk our hands forward. We're going to take some fun here. So reach up through that right arm and tuck it over the elbow. We're coming into prayer twist on this side. And to make it even more challenging, we're tucking the back toes, lifting up to a crescent lunge prayer twist. Very challenging pose. Lift up all the way to crescent lunge. Reach the gaze up, the hands up. Drop the arms into cactus. And then fold to frame the foot. Step back for your plank. Knees, chest, chin, elbows in. Roll up the heart. Come to down dog. Inhale the right foot up. Bring it into fire hydrant. We're going to take extended legs, side plank. So sweep the foot underneath the body and out in front of you. Lift that left hand up. Exhale, return to 3-legged down dog. Exhale, bring that right knee behind the right wrist. We're coming for our pigeon. Slide that chin forward. You know I always like to include a pigeon in there, at least once per practice. Breathe for 3 breaths in pigeon. And then set aside your block. Return to 3-legged dog. Shake out the leg a bit. Exhale, bring that foot forward into what I'm calling a gecko pose. So the foot is on the outside of the hand instead of the inside. With the next exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the arms back and up and release. Okay, how was that for you? Let's take it on the other side, and then we'll do a similar practice on the second flow. So you'll get a few tries at this, okay? So finding your mountain. Feel the weight in the heels spreading just a bit. Spread the toes. Inhale, arms floating up. Exhale, tailbone back, flat back, and then a folding. Inhale, half lift, draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, soften, step back with the left leg, untucking those toes and sinking the hips. Modified warrior 1. Exhale, frame the foot. Drop that hip back, toes back, nice long leg. Walk it forward. Here's where it gets interesting here. Lift up through the left arm, bring the left elbow over the right knee if that's available to you, and take any degree of twist that works for you. Tuck the back toes, hold a focus point as you lift the knee, and then lift it up. Crescent lunge, beautiful. Drop the elbows, cactus. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back. You're in your plank. Knees, chest, chin. Keep your elbows in. Inhale, roll the heart up. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Okay, inhale that left foot up. Bend the knees, stack the hips, fire hydrant. And then enjoy the twist here. Bring that knee under the body, the foot out in front of you. Extended legs, side plank. Breathe into those ribs. Return, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee forward, coming into your pigeon. So slide that shin forward just a bit. Use a hand underneath that left block under the left hand. And then work your pigeon just a little bit here. I like to lift up my back knee sometimes to intensify the stretch. 2 more breaths. And sliding that foot back just a bit as you set your block aside. Return to three-legged dog. Exhale. Bring that foot forward, gecko posture. And with the next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, a half lift, and fold. Sweep it up, tall mountain, and release. All right, so that was kind of a challenging pose there. Move from that deep crescent lunge prayer twist to crescent lunge. But this time we're going to take it just a little bit further and go from crescent lunge prayer twist to reverse warrior. Let's find ourselves on the mat. Feel our mountain. Take a breath or two, a cycle or two, just to kind of let the nervous system reset, keeping your expectations low. And that acceptance, that easiness, surrendering to whatever happens. Inhale, raise those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, stepping back on the right. Untuck the toes. Drop the hips a bit. We're really giving our legs a good stretch today. Hurdler stretch. Draw the toes back. Walk them forward. It's good to give your legs a bit of a stretch. Okay, reach up through that right arm. Tuck it over the knee. Prayer twist. And once you're in prayer twist, then tuck the back toes, hold your focus point, and here you are, crescent lunge prayer twist. Open into reverse warrior. Dropping the back heel and taking yourself over. So you're looking back at your leg, at your back heel. And then windmill the hands back to the mat. Step back to your plank and take your flow. And we meet on downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then inhale the right foot up. Stack the hips, fire hydrant. Exhale, extended legs, side plank. Bring that left hand down, return to three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward, gecko. Your foot is on the outside of the hands. Walk your right hand up onto the knee, and then the left hand onto the knee, and sweep that right hand back, taking a crescent lunge twist again. Bring the hands down to the mat and step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and fold. Sweep it up and release. Some pretty intense moves, I think. I hope you're being gentle with yourself as you're exploring these. All right, let's go into our next flow. And then we're going to have a B series. How are we doing on time here? I want to make sure we have enough time for our B series. Okay, finding our mountain. Take a breath or two. Settle the weight in the heels. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold, lift, And fold, stepping back on the left. Drop into that warrior one, modified warrior one, I should say. Exhale, take the hurdler stretch. Walk it forward, reaching up through that left hand. Tuck into your twist. Prayer twist. Take the gaze forward, tuck the back toes, lift into your crescent lunge prayer twist. And when you're ready, sweep it open, reverse warrior. Windmill the arms, frame that foot, step back, plank, rock a moment in plank, bring your knees down, your elbows in, chest and chin, roll the heart up, down dog. Inhale the left foot up, stack the hips. Exhale, extended legs, side plank. Hand comes down, return to three-legged dog. Exhale, gecko. Bring that foot to the outside of both hands. Then lift the left hand onto the left knee, the right hand there. Sweep that left arm back, crescent lunge with a twist. Bring the hands forward and down to frame the foot. Step to forward fold. Inhale a half lift and fold. Sweep the arms behind you, rising up and release. Empty coat sleeves, 2 or 3 breaths. How are we doing? Okay, I think we're doing okay on time and we're getting a good workout in tonight. Feeling the warmth in our bodies. Okay, so now we'll take a B series. So find your mountain posture. We'll inhale our arms up. And then exhale, folding and sweeping them a little bit behind you. And then rising up into Katasana, our chair posture. Feel the heels landing, pressing apart. Knees should be over the toes, but a little bit back so you can see the toes. But right over the ankles. Exhale and fold. Inhale, a half lift. And fold, stepping out to your plank. Holding plank for a breath. And then the option of high to low, push up, inhale to your up dog, exhale, down dog. From down dog, lift the left leg up, exhale, step it forward between the hands. Back foot, toes at 2 o'clock, coming up to our warrior one. Just enjoy warrior one for a breath or so. Bring the elbows slowly into cactus. We're going to offer the transition into warrior three. We're coming through airplane. So weight in that front heel, kind of like we practiced in our balance. Option to float the back heel and slowly come into your warrior three. And when you're ready, stepping back for crescent lunge. Bring your hands down to a block on the inside of that left foot. So we're going to alternate between runner's lunge and pyramid to give this front leg a good stretch, okay? So first, when you're dropping into runner's lunge, you're stretching the front of the right hip. And then on the exhale, you'll draw that left hip back, drop the heels, keep drawing that left hip back to stretch that left leg through the back. And then we'll do that again. Runner's lunge. Maybe just gently rocking with it. Remember, as you're stretching, always breathing and exploring it to try and keep things relaxed rather than contracted. Exhale back, pyramid. Letting that stretch happen that's appropriate for you. Some people have hypermobility. If that's the case, then honor that and don't necessarily push into the depth of the stretch that you can. Stay strong. One more time, pulling it back. Left hip back, good stretch on the back of that leg. Then bring your right knee down, and now is when I want you to have 2 blocks. So reach for 2 blocks, and we're going to come into Ardha Humanasana, or a split, okay? So let that front heel come down, reach forward, toes up, then tuck the back toes and slowly bring that knee back, using 2 blocks to offset just a bit of your weight so that you're able to explore this stretch as you get a little deeper into that. And when you think you're at your limit, just pausing there and breathing and seeing if you can soften just a bit. So somewhere between 5 and 8 breaths here. Letting go in the shoulders, maybe even closing your eyes. Couple more breaths. And if you think you want to extend it out a little bit more, then feel free to do that. And then as you're ready to finish this stretch, then tuck the back toes. Bring that knee forward just a little bit and draw that left foot down so you get a little, the bottom of the foot onto the mat. Lift the hips up, and we're going to turn towards the long edge of the mat in a full straddle. So let the feet be a full leg length apart, heels out, toes in, and flatten the back just a little bit so the tailbone reaches behind you and the hands crawl forward. And then walk both hands to the right foot, taking the block with you for a side lunge. So the toes point to the short edge of the mat as your hips lower, and take a bit of an inner thigh stretch on the back. We're giving our legs an intense stretch tonight, aren't we? Lifting the hips and walking over to the other foot, bringing that into your side lunge. Dropping the hips and taking a good stretch on this side. And then setting that block aside, and we'll go ahead and step both feet back, coming into our plank again. And from plank, we'll take a flow here. Knees just chin or chaturanga, lifting to up dog or cobra, and exhaling, coming to down dog. And pausing in down dog for a handful of breaths. Now we'll work with the right foot, lifting the right foot up. And exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Drop the left toes out to 10 o'clock, rising in your warrior one on this side, option for temple fingers. Drop the elbows into cactus, lift the heart a bit. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the hands down to the mat. Lift the back toes so you're more in a crescent lunge. We're going to come into that airplane. So spread the feet a little bit away from each other. Option for warrior three as well. Weight in the front heel. Lean those hands back, that foot back as it might float up. And then if you come forward with the hands, then that's more of a warrior three. Keep a strong back body and a good focus. When you're ready, drop the back foot and bring your hands down to a block on the inside of that right foot. We're going to explore the stretch here of runner's lunge. And then draw it back for pyramid. Really lengthening through the back of that right leg. Taking 2 or 3 breaths there. Inching it forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, coming back, pyramid. Now, of course, in daily life, there's really no reason that one needs to do the splits, at least not one I can think of. But there's something about stretching the legs. Coming back now to runner's lunge, a little weight lifted onto the block. Exhale, back to pyramid. The stretching of the muscles can do a great deal of benefit to the nervous system. Bring that back knee down. Take a block in both hands. And just let that forward foot come forward so the heel is up. Sorry, the heel is down and the toes are up. And then once you're in that position, using the blocks to lift your weight just a little bit, tuck the back toes and begin to crawl that back foot forward, back knee back. So you're coming into your Ardha Humanasana, or your split. And as you do that, you get a little bit more intensity. And when you think that you're right at the right spot for you, it may not be your most intense, then just go ahead and rest there, coming into that for a good 5 breaths. Try and let go of tension in the body as you're breathing. Couple more breaths. You might think of that word easy. Ease, acceptance, surrender, and yield. And then when it's right for you, bring that front foot flat on the earth again. Use the blocks to lift your hips up just a bit. We're going to come and turn towards the long edge of the mat into that full straddle, using the blocks to offload any weight that you wish to. Let the heels be out a little further than the toes. And bring yourself into that forward fold with a wide straddle. Walk the hands through the legs a bit, so you come into a bit of an inversion. Keep that little micro bend in the knees. Let the tailbone lift. And then walk both hands over to the left foot. Bring the right hand to the left ankle, left hand to the left hip. Draw the heart towards the knee. And gently walk the hands in a big semicircle over to the other foot. The left hand on the right ankle, the right hand on the right hip. Lengthen the spine and gently draw it to a slightly bent knee. And slowly releasing your hands back to the mat. Walk your hands up towards the top of your mat. Step back for your plank. And take your flow, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, we meet in down dog. And now we'll continue into our core practice by floating forward into a plank, but keep your hips a little up. Take 6 to 10 breaths here. Nice and flat back. Big breaths. Two more. Push to down dog. Use that to recover option of child's pose as well. Coming back into your plank, bring your knees down, elbows down. Come into a forearm plank. Lift the knees if it's available to you. 6 to 10 breaths. Keep the low back lifted. Push the hips up, let the forehead come down, and bring the toes forward, half step. Dolphin dog. Return to dolphin plank, 6 breaths. Three more. Knees down, hips back, forward to forehead to the mat, melting heart. 3 breaths. Letting go. Plant the hands where the elbows were and walk your knees forward. Bring your hips down. We'll continue our core practice on the front side. Bring yourself all the way down to a reclined position and bring your shins into tabletop. Cage your ears, support the back of the neck, let it be long, elbows wide. On the exhale, as you push the right foot away, draw the right elbow towards the left knee. Keep that left knee pretty much over the hip. Inhale back. Exhale now, left elbow towards the right knee. Left foot pushes away. Now with your breath. Two more each side. And again. Releasing the head to the mat and the feet to the floor. Work to get your thumbs right underneath the sacrum so you get a little support there. Bring the shins back into tabletop. Inhale here. On the exhale, push them out and take a horizontal scissor kick. Bring the knees home. Inhale here. Exhale, scissor kick. And home. Inhale. And again. Keep that low back pushing towards the earth. Can you do a couple more? And again. Doing so well. And now let the heels come down to the mat. Lift the thumbs out from underneath your bottom. We're going to come into a one-footed bridge. Roll your shoulders under just a bit. Put a lot of weight into that left foot as the right leg goes long. When you're ready, start rolling the small of the back towards the mat and come up into your one-footed bridge. Take a breath here. And when you're ready, point the toe to the sky. Slowly let it come down to your standard bridge. Lift the heels and slide the tailbone towards the heels. Nice job. Thumbs underneath the sacrum. We'll take that horizontal scissor kick again. Shins in tabletop. and away. Couple more. One more. And bring the heels down. We're getting a pretty intense core workout tonight, aren't we? The core is so important for our overall stability of our spine. So letting the left leg go long this time, weight into the right heel, arms alongside the body. Push the small of the back down as you roll up into your one-footed bridge. A couple breaths here. Try and keep the pelvis level. Point the toe to the sky. Bring the heel down. Squeeze the glutes up, knees together. Unwind the spine as you raise the heels. Bring the knees in towards the chest and make some circles on your back. Good job. Good job. Drop the heels down and take a block and slide it underneath the sacrum. We're coming into one of our restorative postures, Vipariti Karani, or legs up the wall. So bring your shins in or your knees in towards your chest and then your heels up towards the sky. And let the feet drop apart. And then just use that word easy. And taking it easy in the body. A sense of ease, surrender, yielding. Exhaling and releasing. With your next exhale, bringing your heels together. Knees in towards the chest. Soles of the feet come down behind the block. Bridge up a bit to slide the block out from underneath you. And then bring your hands between your feet, between your knees, reaching for your ankles or toes, or the inner blades of your feet, and come into your happy baby posture. Rocking a little bit left and right, forward and back to find those four corners of the back. Releasing the feet. Take the left knee in as the right heel goes long. Lengthen out through the back of that leg just a bit. And then taking that left knee into the right hand and bringing it across the body for a long spinal twist as you reach back behind you with the left arm and the gaze. Letting go in that spinal twist, releasing. And then gently coming back through center, draw your right knee in. Left leg goes long, and you might walk the hands up the back of that leg. And then bring that right knee into the left hand as it reaches out towards me, and the right hand behind you with the gaze. A big breath in and letting go. When you're ready, coming back into the center of the mat and allowing yourself to begin to prepare for Shavasana, our final resting posture, letting the arms and legs be a little bit away from the center of the body. Take a big breath in. Blow it slowly through the lips. Repeating that 2 or 3 times as you're letting go of tension in the body. Using those words, creating ease in the body. Acceptance and allowing in the body. Surrendering the body to the earth. The earth will support you. Yielding the body. Letting it be heavy. Allowing yourself to be receptive to this moment. Receptive to the breath. Receptive to the sounds around you. Nothing for you to do. Just hearing the sounds way off in the distance. Sounds of my words. No judgment, just letting it come to you and disappear as it does. Gently finding a little bit of movement in the body or continuing to enjoy stillness. Perhaps bringing your hands to your heart and your belly and being receptive to the breath that rises and falls in you. Taking a bit of a stretch or beginning to bring your knees in towards your chest. Receptive to the experience that you're having. No resistance, no fight. Coming now to a seated posture when you're ready. Bringing your hands to heart center. Taking another moment to be receptive. Allowing life to show up and deliver to you. Thank you for your practice. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining me. I was thinking this was a lot harder practice than I initially thought. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say this was like a 7 or an 8 even. Some of the poses were very challenging, both for balance and strength. I hope you were kind to yourself through the practice. I'd love to hear your thoughts about being receptive. Does that help you let go and not necessarily feel all that doing energy? And what did you think of the practice? Always happy to hear in chat or in email. Have a great week.